We're more ready than we were when we started this 2 years ago.
God, yeah.
Half the time we'd be talking for half an hour and no one heard anything because we couldn't get nothing going through. Or where's the video at? It's been on the. Oh shoot, something was wrong down here.
Hola, hola. Sunday, 2022, first Artcast is what I have deemed it.
2023.
Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. But yes,
I've been signing the few pieces I've done already. 2023. I hope I'm
I
not
haven't finished
wrong.
a piece, but I wrote 2023 for the first time.
I did that show over the weekend, so
Yeah.
I had some finished pieces. So.
But hello, I'm Josh, Kevin, Clarity from Compass Artistry.
Oh yeah.
My brain goes. Blah, 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 blah.
So you got more clarity?
Yep. Yeah,
Oh.
that's kind of a new change I've made.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that. You have to slap me the first few times because I've known you how many years.
That's okay. That's okay. And I appreciate it. It's kind of a big change. I know a lot of people are really getting used to it. Yeah. But it's a really big deal to me because it's the first name that I've chosen for myself. And if you know a little bit about my background, I've had a lot of different names, a lot of different environments. And so I think coming into 2023, I'm just going to start with like being who I want to. Yeah, not control really, just more like giving myself my own identity. Yeah.
Well, I go by JRB5. That's just my initials and my baseball name that my dad gave me. It's
nice.
I used to think it was something, but I got into numerology and I'm 4. 2 and 4 are my life numbers. I don't remember if they're life numbers or I can't remember. It's been years ago.
Oh, this is exciting.
But I noticed your patterns on your pricing and I love it. And I didn't know if that was numerology. Is that
it is numerology. Yeah. It's really cool that you know that. My artwork is specifically a mash of all of these things I kind of discovered after going out on my own. I found numerology, I found astrology, I found meditation, and I found a lot of really cool visual tools for my art in that. So yeah, it's all numerology. Yeah. Even like the sigil that I made for my logo, it's like the compass is actually sacred geometry. So I don't want to get off on a tangent about that, but it's all very
it's all crazy.
That's for another show, right?
Oh, that's a whole rabbit hole, man. I don't know if we even have time for that.
2 of our biggest fans are on there.
Yep, Santia, what's going on? Let's say before we get too far in it, we got to shout out to the Talking Beards Network and Mr. Big Sexy, Sean Glander. I could save you 20% on some fabulous beard products. Use the code JRB520. And then, my suggestion is the Sex Pot. That's a cotton candy blueberry blend. It's that's an old slang from when I was a young man.
kind of your old.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today. How where I first heard it, and just this guy that was a couple years older. He used to always say it, and I don't think anybody knows what it means. It's kind of like just another word for cool, but like I figured.
You hope that's what it is.
Yeah, it probably means something. Like I'm an idiot.
Who cares? It doesn't matter really. Take it, whatever identity you got and run with it.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of use for beard products.
No. Well, that's probably a good thing, but
Yeah, I love the twist you've done here, though.
Yeah, that's my new little logo. I've made a new little logo because I tactical twist is what I call it.
Tactical twist.
And if I run out of a paintbrush, I can just.
I end up with a lot of paint in my beard anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that with my hair. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you probably get some in there. I've watched you paint.
Yeah.
So I think I've got paint on my coat still.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna leave there. It's decoration now.
I've had to learn all the nice products for removing acrylic paint.
Well, it's just water, basically. Well, okay.
Well,
Carpet, probably not.
always.
Yeah, as you can tell, my carpet's pretty colorful. Fancy beard.
Fancy beard.
All right. Well, Kevin, so 2023, what on earth you been doing?
Well, did a fundraiser for baby Jay to get a headstone for the child.
Yeah. Put your name on the panel.
Hmm?
Did you put your name on the panel?
What panel?
Barcode. Stephanie says she
Oh,
talked to
yeah,
you.
yeah. She pretty much twisted my arm, banged my head, punched me in the face a few times, said,
Yeah.
"You're going to
That's what she
do
said.
one."
That's what she said.
And I was like, okay. But I guess they're going to do the fence too. So there's still plenty
More,
of room for.
Well, like I said, I went in there Friday, and I there was the two on the ends, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
I'm going to go with the one by the door.
I got the one on the far end,
Yeah.
right next to Hansen's.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Hey, if you ever look, he's wanting more art.
Yeah.
So at barcodes. So what
Barcodes. Okay, cool.
It's the old elbow room.
Oh yeah. I used to be over there quite a bit, so I think I've gone in and I've talked to them a couple of times. They had a show with one of the local DJs that I know, and I went to that. They've done really cool stuff with it.
Yeah, he's I've been talking with Joe, and then
He's really working.
Fred, Irish, whatever he's going by.
You know, he's just trying to carry on the legacy that started, but also make it his own.
Yeah.
You know, he's not trying to replace or do anything. It's just that he's just, hey, this was a great place for what it is. I just want to keep doing it.
Stephanie
And he's
says, "Get in there."
really.
Yeah, Steph, we've got a date. It's a date.
Yeah, I'd
We'll
say
go to Barcode.
we're already planning to get all of us to go at the same time and work on it. So,
On a good, solid.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be
The weather's obviously too cold right now
Yeah.
for acrylic paints, but
so,
a good,
Springish.
solid, springish type day when it's not going to be so bad. Because cold and acrylic paints don't get along too well.
Yep. Irish and Joe are pretty good people. Kevin hooked me up with them and getting a little work sent my way for a few things. So first T-shirt order of the year. Then I'm gonna make these into T-shirts.
Let me see.
It's a painting we did.
Oh.
About a year ago. Give or
Yeah,
take.
it's hard to. It's all a blur, and that was one of the first ones that I
awesome.
really loved.
So it's actually
Yeah,
worked
this is
out
sick.
and it hasn't sold.
Yeah. Well, I
Because-
hadn't been taking it out for that reason very much. I mean, I took it out like on the big things, but the little things, I'm like,
Oh yeah, I have such a hard time. Like I get attached to pieces.
Yeah.
My son actually got one of the big red dragon that has been so popular. Actually went to my child.
Yeah.
For Christmas because he was like very upset at the thought of me selling it. I said, "Well, somebody wants the red dragon." He's, "That's mine." And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
well."
I've promised a few prints, but I'll make you a print, kid.
Well, and Irish, that's what he goes by over there at Barcode.
Yeah.
He's been wanting one of those symbols I've been painting for forever, and that's what I did for the fundraiser. And he won the bid on it, so it was like,
What's up, Marty? Hope
so I
everything
got
gets
one of my
better with you.
symbols at a better price than I normally sell them for.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Marty. Hopefully, we can give you a couple little chuckles at our goofy asses, and I mean, you get to look at. So I mean, what more do we need to say there? It'll put a smile on your face. It's amazing. You get to watch her paint. Like I said, it is amazing. Very enchanting time watching her paint. That was with the Nest Fest. And I just took some acrylics. I hadn't done acrylics, but I didn't want to paint. And I'd really just planned on showing up and, hanging for a minute and be like, okay, I'm out. Just kind of Irish goodbye and whoop, I'm gone. Because it was colder than
That was a
very
rough
cold.
night.
So you were one of the artists at the Nest Fest, that last one?
Yeah. So Stephanie Nash is she's here on the live in the
Yep.
comments, but
Yeah,
she's got so much talent, and we've been
What's up,
friendly.
Austin?
And she said, well, I'm going to be at the Barleycorns, come hang out and see what we can do. You can hop on my booth and we can paint. It's like, awesome. And I've been looking forward to getting back into the community and getting acquainted with everybody. So it was like a spur of the moment, really cool night that ended up being, it ended up getting me here. So yeah.
So that's how that. Okay, I was just like, wow, okay.
I tend to kind of, I believe in being in the right place at the right time. I believe that there are no coincidences. So when Stephanie hit me up, something just felt right. So I went with it.
Because I was a whole different event that day.
Yeah.
It was definitely the right place at the right time for me.
You were at Lizzie's, weren't you?
Yes, I was
There
at
being
Lizzie.
Santa
Spalding.
Santa Spalding. I mean, it's just a big
You went to Lizzie's?
They hired me.
Oh,
Yeah.
how was that?
Well worth it. And they want to hire me back. So
That's awesome.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's Captain Spalding they're hiring. That whole persona.
Oh
So.
yeah, you've done
Take
really
what
well
you
with
can
that.
get, right?
Yeah, all right. They paid me my full.
What do you mean
asking-
take what you can get? That sounds like a dream job.
Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
paid me my full asking price, which is
know.
the first time no one's ever tried to talk me down or out.
Love that.
But
Love that.
but I set a certain height, and then I know where I'm willing to go to.
Put your coffee up.
So I want to start cleaning, so
Yeah, I wondered what I thought you were drinking my coffee just a second ago.
did I forget to bring mine? I know I did bring mine.
I think so.
That's all right. Here, I'll take this.
I mean, I might
Where are we
have.
going?
I guess there's camera evidence. We'll find out.
Oh, so we were talking about paint on everything. I had to tuck this shirt in to hide the paint that I got on it.
We're slacking. We got a giveaway. We're gonna give away, like I said, these. I got some decals and some
This is
prints.
I think we've had this plate for about a year now.
Oh, probably longer.
Goodness,
Wow.
guys.
Look how heavy it is.
Oh yeah.
There's-
That's a solid weight.
There's memories. There's memories with that plate.
You don't have any brass colored paint, do you?
No, I mean, like I said, I got the gold that I kind of wanted to leave for highlights. So I would just go with like the
I've
yellows.
got
Maybe I'll put a yellow as a base, and then we'll figure the rest out.
I've got these gold paint pens that would look really cool, I think.
Yeah, so I got some regular gold paint, but I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, you look at the picture.
It's more brass.
There's a lot of.
Brass and silver.
I mean,
No silver.
yeah. Red
I'll
eyes.
put a
basically.
yellow base down, and we can work from there. Give it something to work with.
It's our rendition, but okay, we got a giveaway 1 to 500. Sorry, we're a few minutes late getting into this, but hey,
Has somebody already been guessing numbers yet?
I don't think so.
Funny.
Don't think so.
It's our first one of the year. We got to reset.
Okay. I also have a separate giveaway.
Okay.
I brought a present for everybody.
You got a paper towel? You want me to go get one?
Yeah, there's some in the kitchen.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay, so
Well, Marty, we're hoping everything goes okay. I know that's a tough time. Cancer sucks for sure. So yeah, just kind of space off and enjoy the show.
you want to see some art?
Yes. Like I said, if we
So-
want to pull.
This is the one I want to give away today. But I know you're doing yours first, right?
Doesn't matter. Like I said, do
Doesn't matter.
we want to just do them together?
Sure, I'm done.
And then if
Yeah.
somebody gets it like immediately, then we'll do something. Jimmy says do a backflip.
I'm gonna do it. No,
I'll give him a double backflip. And
I got Austin. Austin, you had a question. Austin, her name is Clarity at Compass Artistry.
I used to be able to do backflips.
I have never been able to do backflips.
I was like a competitive gymnast for like 3 years.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
wait a second. You and I saw last time was Halloween.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that pole was there. You're very athletic, that's for sure. I tried to climb up that pole and about knocked the whole darn thing over. So I'm not even going to talk.
Yeah.
I'm just so big, man. It couldn't handle me.
Not 21. Within 500, Stephanie. Keep guessing.
Yeah. I am a very. That's caused a lot of controversy for me, actually. People.
Anymore is actual legit workouts now.
It
man.
well, and see that's the thing. So we're discussing Goth Night, which was an event I was kind of a regular at, doing live paints, and they have poles, dancing poles, and I was a person who I've never really been shy. I've never really had an issue with like beautiful things, and as long as it's in appropriate context and everybody's safe and happy, then I think you should be allowed to express yourself however you want to. But yeah, other people have definitely taken a notice to my other art form, which is dance. But yeah, I appreciate the compliment.
No, it was a lot of people there that I didn't realize.
What's up, Joshua Riggs? Thank you for tuning in again.
I keep forgetting his name. What's his name?
I call him Bones.
Yeah,
he
that's
does
right.
428
pyrotechnics.
within 500. Thank you.
Because
You
he
guessing?
climbed up there, and I was like, holy cow. And then I tried it, and I was like, okay, yeah, arthritis on my shoulders. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna creep up on the camera though first. I want to see
You can
what they
pop up
see.
there.
Yeah, you can sit there. I'll just sit where Josh is in Wishbridge.
That's probably what we need to do. And like I said, we used to have acoustic. We still have some acoustic guests. Thomas is coming in next week, I think.
Okay.
You say acoustic guests?
Yeah, but they play.
Oh, okay.
It always sounds so canny. We tried. I've had a camera up here.
Yeah.
That's not a studio
And-
mic, but
And Thomas has a good setup at home, so he can actually gauge us sometimes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah. Well, he's usually our sound guy. And does it sound like crap, Thomas? And he's listening, and he's
You
like,
need to
yeah.
do this, you need to do that. Okay.
I'm like, all right.
Maybe we can figure it out with him actually physically here.
Well, I think it just, this is a decent mic. He just needs to get closer to it, I think.
Can you do ASMR with this?
Look what?
Have you ever seen the ASMR videos? I'm obsessed with them.
I don't think so.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so it's a TikTok trend where like they get really close to the mic and they just do like little, they call them triggers, and they're supposed to like fill your body with tingles and make you relax and all that. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's a guilty pleasure for sure.
No, you have to send me one. See what that's all
Oh
about.
my gosh, yeah, it's great.
We'll start doing our own.
Russ Young, what's going on? It's a glorious beard in that picture. Thanks for tuning in.
I do see the silver paint here. We have a silver.
Are you death staring or reading comments?
I'm trying. It was
Both.
like the cat. He was
You
talking
look
about
like-
a cat. I'm frozen. Ah! We did. Alex did freeze up last night. We lost Alex on the podcast. I guess she'd been there for a minute, and
Yeah, the cat's acting up. I got a new kitten for Christmas. This thing, it's a brown cat, so it's really pretty and it's pretty rare, but he is the feistiest thing.
yeah, kittens are ornery.
Man. The dog I got is 8 months and it's just like so well behaved. But yeah, we hadn't had pets in the house for a long time and we just started with that. So I feel your pain. I forget how
Yeah.
crazy cats are, especially at like 3 a.m.
Nothing worse if they get into.
Said part of it was text to talk. I was gonna say that wasn't making 100% sense, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's like you need a cipher.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in anyway, Russ. We appreciate it.
Come and go already.
See what we're working on. Bubo from the Clash of the Titans. Kevin's laying down a good bass.
Trying
Thanks,
to
Russ.
anyway.
Thank you. We're trying to keep it crisp and not sound like we're in a dang tin can.
Every year we just get a tad closer to being.
Yeah, third year. Like I said, I mean, it's hard to kind of fathom we've been
This
doing
is
this.
the third year.
It
Start
doesn't feel like
third
it. It
year.
feels like we started like a year. We started the year after COVID, wasn't it? Or right at COVID or something.
Really? That's when I
It was like
finally
21. So we
Yeah.
did 21, 22, and this is our third year starting.
Yeah, I got my first show here, like live show. It was the Masquerade Ball in 2019.
Yeah.
It was February, and then everybody got put into lockdown right after.
Yeah, it was.
I think we started this because of lockdown.
Probably, yeah,
because
that
it
makes
was-
sense.
It was 2021. We'd talked. We'd met through doing the bearding stuff, and I had him MCing and trying to get him involved and all that, and so I mean we
That's
through
really cool.
playing some music. I mean, I was managing a band, and he was Rabbit 666, and I think we first time met in Dodge City. But I mean,
Really?
Kevin was
Okay.
too cool to talk to me.
Oh,
Oh.
please.
So I mean, we didn't even talk. I mean, we may have said.
Yeah, Kevin can be like that.
Well,
He's
he was
very-
he was Spalding. He was Spalding. So
Yeah.
Okay.
he's in the character.
And
You
the
know.
whole 3 people that showed up for our show. And
Yeah.
you guys, no one made any money, but
Oh.
you guys lost about $1,000.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, what we do for the art, right?
Oh.
But I think it's cool though that even here, like in the Midwest, we have people like kind of pushing the boundaries of what being a local artist means, because we're getting into these abilities to like, I personally I've started kind of going more into the spirituality side of everything,
Yeah.
but to watch you guys bring in the rock and roll and the
Especially when I'm doing a show and I'm painting as Captain Spaulding.
Right,
And everyone's
right.
like, you paint too?
yeah, that's like a character form. That's another art form. And then this podcast and all of these ways that people are blending stuff together. It's really cool
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch happen.
Like I said, I mean, we kind of touched on it last night, but there's so much. I mean, like the magic scene. I mean, used to be huge.
Mhm.
I mean, that little on
Yeah.
Douglas, what's it called?
It's gone now. Oh, no, one's still there.
No, it's still there, but
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's
other
more of
one's
like a
gone.
warehouse for online shipping. But
Yeah, you
There-
got to
there are
ring the
so
bell
many-
or something to get in. And
so
stuff.
many things that nobody knows about. That I mean, there's. All
Are you talking about
kinds-
Magic the Gathering?
No, Magic. It's
No.
Magic
Like
Shop.
Houdini.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
magicians?
Yes.
Yes, and it's on Steve's
We
Magic
have
Shop.
magicians?
Yes.
We
Yes.
had one here the
Yeah.
other day.
Awesome.
Yeah, Bryce Loxley. He was on.
and he does shows with
Okay.
that one comedian girl lady that does some
Heather
stuff
J.
too.
Yep, they got-
Yeah, it's really edgy. Her stuff's really edgy,
yeah, well,
especially for around here.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, it's Steve's Magic Shop or Andy's Magic.
Steve's,
something.
yeah, that's what I think it is.
I've always wanted to learn how to do hypnosis.
I think she does a.
the noise.
I think she actually does a form of it. I think
Really?
I've not seen her. I just heard.
Well, and that's what I do. Like with my so I
Same.
run this class. I have an office now, a studio where I bring in people to teach them stuff, and so I have this this class called Sims, which is searching for the intent to manifest, which is like how we use art as a trance to get into a creative zone to rewire your subconscious beliefs that are holding you back from stuff.
That makes 100%. When I'm at a show and there's all that chaos,
Yep.
I sometimes only thing I notice, I'll hear the music
Uh-huh.
because the music's kind of driving it, but
Yeah.
nothing else is around when I'm painting.
Yeah, you get into this trance-like state, and some of the stuff that I'm learning with the people. So, excuse a plug, real quick, but I
No, plug away,
so
What we're here for.
I have been working. I went kind of quiet for a long time because I've been putting together this setup for myself. I want to bring in the spirituality with the artwork because that's really where my heart lies. Like I want people to feel this type of creative energy that I find to be so helpful and so exciting. And so I got this office set up and a studio space at this place called Psyche and Soul over on Carriage Parkway.
Yeah, we performed actually there before.
Really? Yep.
Flint Hills Ferries.
Yes, the Flint Hills Ferries are up there. I also work alongside of Inner Wellness ICT. She's a Reiki master. And I cannot tell you the things I have unlocked in my own brain going through these meditations and experiencing like what they have to offer. It's so exciting, and it feels like life. You know, it feels like there's substance to the art that I'm doing now rather than just, making stuff I think people want to see. And it's shown, like it completely changed how people view my art, how they come up to me, because, back in the day, what did I used to draw and paint? Like it was all like horses and deer and
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember you did
sunflowers.
like a Pegasus or a unicorn thing. I can't remember what
Yeah,
it was. It was a white horse, and you had all this angelic stuff around it.
and that was one of
And it was
the
really big.
that
And I
was,
never got to see the finished product, but I remember how big it was.
yeah. That was kind of when everything started shifting. So when the pandemic happened and I got put in lockdown like everybody else, I just decided that I was tired of trying to paint things like portraits and flowers, and it was just something was wrong. I just love painting, but it was wrong. So I ended up bringing stuff in from my spirituality, and I started coming out with stuff like this.
You got to adjust it around
That's
because of
right.
the glare
Yeah.
sometimes. So, I had it for a second there.
I had it.
So we can go on your page.
There.
Yeah.
Show-
But
Share the screen.
Had it right side
Oh,
up,
for
right?
sure.
Didn't I?
yeah.
Well, I've seen you working on that one. You showed it a few times.
Yeah. It is a soul portrait. So in these meditations, people who, they say there's two types of people who cannot visualize inside of their own mind. So if you close your eyes and you think of an apple and you can see a 3D apple, you have like optimal creative vision. And with the spirituality partnered up with that, you experience things, especially if you're capable of visualization, that like I cannot even express how cool it is. And these symbols come up out of it. And there's just this feeling in that trance when you're working with something that's just no limitations, no expectations. You're just creating, and then something kind of just happens to your soul where things start to glow and you light up and you're like, wow, like this, it's what life is about.
Yeah. And I think Josh and I do feel that, especially when we do some stuff that's just random. This one's a little planned out thing, but if you look behind us, some of the stuff like that one there is big time random.
Yeah.
The flower one up there. I mean, a lot of these are random anyway, but they just became something as we were developing.
For me, it's the process of painting. I mean, I know you're speaking, you're creating something, not only the process, but it's, it's going in there. But I kind of try to do that when, I've tried to do some sloppy, just kind of let the paintbrush, and it usually comes out like crap. I don't like it. And I mean, I just want to create stuff I can't see, like a blue pug. I can't see a blue pug. So
right.
I paint a blue pug, but the art of creating it is what's spiritual for me, not necessarily what comes out. It's weird.
Yeah.
Garbage,
so the
garbage,
the movement. Oh, don't talk about yourself that way. No, you don't have pop garbage art. I would tell you. But no, that it makes a whole lot of sense. So in this class, I call Sims. I'm also setting up these courses because there are so many different types of intentions for art. You can do it just like you said. You can do the process of it. The movement is meditative for sure. When you're being creative, you're accessing this this very deep part of your mind where things can go to relax, and your subconscious can kind of float up to the top, and it'll tell you things about yourself, and it'll reveal like truths you didn't know, or stuff that talking just doesn't cover. But I don't know. I think that's where I want to take everything. I've really kind of
take it as far as you can, and if it's not a straight road. Everybody knows
it's my life purpose.
Everybody knows it's not a straight road. It's
right.
just, it's going to go, and 5 years from now you'll discover something else that maybe adds to it or takes from it or whatever. It's funny you talk about the visualization. Up until probably, I did not realize this until about maybe 10 years ago. I thought everybody thought in pictures. Because I don't think in words.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And so it was always hard for me, like in any English classes, I could think of this great story, but I couldn't write it out. I'd have to figure out how to break down my pictures. And so it's taken me till now to figure it out later on in my life. When, when I was a kid and you were pressured, it was just like, oh, leave me alone. I don't like to write. So I just start writing crap. And, but now as I'm older, I'm a little more relaxed about it. But no, I get the the only time I even do portraits now is that soft pastel speed art I do, where I'll sit down and do a sketch of someone in 20 minutes. And whatever it is, it comes out. The colors aren't the same. I'm seeing like a better word, an aura. And so and I find it's whatever. I don't even have 90% of the time. I don't even look at the colors.
Yep.
I just grab and go up and I start going.
And that's crazy. That's intuitive art. Like that's really cool. And I think that's what I really like to see developing out in the art community is people aren't. When you do live art, you don't have enough time to really sit and obsess. So it can go one way or the other.
And a lot of people hate doing live art because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I struggled with it, but once I realized I could just kind of like flow into it and just put out whatever I wanted to. You can absolutely see auras. I think it's something that everyone can do. I think you just have to learn how to handle it. There are actually eye exercises you can do that I used to do as a kid. But for anyone who has ever experienced disassociation, if you do that for long enough and you breathe and you can kind of regulate your thoughts and your breathing, things will start to glow. I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but that's definitely something I experienced.
Yeah. Because like I said, a lot of times too, it's just, I don't know. There's something there. I can't explain it when I'm doing it, especially with the pastels. The acrylic sometimes is a little more planning involved. There's times when I'll literally just set a piece down and throw paint at it, and then I'll come back later and look at it, and I just start connecting the dots to whatever image comes out. Sometimes it looks like a weird Mod Podge of who knows what, and then other times I saw a face, so I developed a face in it or whatever it is.
Yep.
And stuff like that. I think we might have. I think that was when we did that kind of too.
Yeah.
And that one there
We
for
did
sure.
one where we rotated it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's in the living room, and the kid's like, "Dad, what is this?"
It is what it is. We should put it on one of those clock things so it rotates every hour.
Oh no. That's not live art. That's living art.
But it's my favorite is when I will be out there and someone will stare long enough, and for a fact I'll hand you the paintbrush.
Yep.
And you will jump in and start painting. I have no problem. You'll
Yep.
take over sometimes, and that does not faze me one bit because to me it's not about competition. It's not about who's better and who's not better or anything. But I've had other people, only draw stick figures. Well, then draw a stick figure.
I've done that too. That's one of my favorite things to do when you're at a live show and people are, they're not intending to invade your space, but they're so drawn in that they're just like kind of there. And so to kind of snap them out of it, I'll look over and hand a paintbrush to them. And I learned that from you. And actually at the...
that one guy almost destroyed a piece though, but thank you guys. You and a bunch of other... Well, it was like...
Yeah, we came in...
It was like 6 people drew on that. I think it was. By the time we were done, 6 people worked on that. Plus that one guy who... We all went and you're like, you definitely... You're like, give me that. And it was like...
No, he came up and...
But it was
I know how to paint. I know how to paint.
He put a cool base down, I guess. It was like...
Well, and that's one thing.
Is that what we call anything we don't like, Kevin? The base.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It's the base.
Well, the guy was staring forever, and then he didn't even really ask. I think he just started doing it, and that's what really did it. I think
that's one thing. If I could change anything about the Wichita art scene, it would be kind of etiquette. Right. And it's not anybody's fault, because we are kind of pushing the boundaries. It's still very new in development, but I have noticed a lot of time people will, be bumping into my table or putting their drinks on my table where my paint is. And so unless you want me to dip my paintbrush in your drink,
Yeah. The guy last night, I'm sitting there literally painting, and you can tell I'm painting. He comes up and slaps me on my back. And I was like,
no.
I go, well, I guess I needed that line. I just let it go. It was a good friend of mine, and I think he just kind of spaced it out. And he's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Don't worry about it, man. That line was meant to be there, so that's your line. You own that line." So he's like, "Oh, cool. I got the paint." And I'm like, "No, get away from me so I can finish."
And I think we do all. Everyone I know is such a good sport about it, and even when I'm mentioning it to people, like, hey, can you maybe grab your drink so it doesn't spill and mess up my painting and my paint, stuff like that. And they're always super nice about it. I've never run into anybody, get upset.
Yeah, they do that to merch tables too for bands and stuff. And,
yeah.
There's thousands of dollars worth of merch there. You spill one drink. So much for that merch.
Yeah. And I'm the smart one that decided to print all my t-shirts white.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. This is the only one that comes in black and white. But I'm hoping to get more of those. But yeah, you guys, I think a lot of people don't understand how much we as artists, we invest into our merchandise, into our products, into our supplies.
And prices went up. And we can't raise our prices because people can't afford to buy what's going on as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So our prices are still pretty much the same, if not in some cases a little bit lower.
Yep.
Just so I can get my art out so I can buy more art supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the frames I used to buy.
Keep guessing. We got prints.
Yeah, no one's been guessing.
You haven't been pushing it, Kevin. You're slacking. First show of 2020.
I don't need to push it. They usually
2020,
know.
we're going back 3 years now.
Well, there was 428.
All right.
But that's
what are we
not
giving
it.
away again? This one and this
we got some merch here.
Decal of that.
Darn bright lights. It's on the page. It's actually from one of our paintings.
Yeah, it's in the other room. I go grab it though.
And
the painting doesn't look nothing.
I chose the number, so haha.
Yeah, so she knows. So he made it all bigger. Thank God, because it used to be so small I couldn't see it. But again, 1 through 500.
Is it my turn to paint?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So maybe you can say what we started.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So that was the original.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just did a little spray paint background, and then we And that was a month probably, because at first, when we first started the show,
we used to
were
actually
doing
do shows
painting.
within the hour.
Yeah, a painting and a
I like that texture. I've been wanting to mess with textures more. But repetitive textures, when I paint them with my hands, I always mess up.
Do rotating chairs here because it just doesn't feel, I don't feel natural there.
No. Come on, everybody, keep guessing. We ain't gonna get no copyright violations today, I promise. Can't believe
it
it.
is so messed up. Well, that's the reason when Dusty Grant, remember,
I know.
he was like, even it's his music, he owns all the rights, and yet they would have pulled us off the air. You know,
There's all kinds of paint.
Oh, I know. I'm getting adjusted over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we probably wouldn't.
I see you're doing another live show coming up.
This Friday
The 13th. Is yours the 13th? Yeah, because
Friday the 13th at the bar.
Orange.
You are not doing a Friday the 13th show.
Barcode.
Oh my god.
You want to come?
Yeah, I have to now.
Yeah.
Crap.
I'll probably be there.
I'm sure Joe will be.
I just did a show. I just did one with him.
Yeah.
But Friday the 13th, me being me, you know.
I think there's only 2 this year, and the next one's in like October.
So I wonder if I should just show up as Captain Spaulding, just to.
Definitely.
And then send him a bill.
Yeah.
If you're watching, Joe, you're gonna get a bill. For Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, that's
Keep guessing, everybody.
Captain Spaulding's grown so much. I've had to start charging. I mean, I did a bunch just for the exposure, and I get it, and exposure, but it's paying off for me now.
Dude.
So
what I want to do, like costuming. That would be awesome. I don't know, but I feel like people kind of would expect with my looks. Technically, I'd get a lot of like Disney princess, like Elsa. Or whatever.
You know what? Do Baby from House of Thousand Corpses. We'll go in as Baby and Captain Spaulding. Fuck them, and then you can run around killing people.
Yeah.
Deal.
And we'll make him Otis.
I'm going Rob Zombie. I'm
What's
not
your
going.
name
Oh, you'll go Rob Zombie.
Oh my god.
I'm
closer to Rob Zombie.
Sit in the director's chair.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I want to be.
We got a whole ensemble now.
Yeah, that's where I want to be.
I got Jimmy, who does look a lot like Otis a little bit, so I could grab my bass player.
You look more like Otis than I do. I mean, nothing personal, Jimmy.
Do you guys not mix your colors?
No, all the time.
Oh, me? No, I just do it on canvas when I do it.
Yeah, a lot of times we just do it on the canvas.
We've got totally different styles, and I mean,
absolutely we do.
Mine, I can speak for myself. It's changed a lot in the 3 years, and
so is mine.
Yeah, because I mean, it's
if anything, I used to do most of mine like lowbrow, a lot of line work, a lot of fuzzy, messed up line work. And now I add that, but I also put a little more texture in where I think you've come the other way a little bit more.
I still don't like the outlines.
No. I'm not saying that.
I mean, to me, I like, if I'm drawing a cartoon, I got to have the outlines.
Right.
But I mean, anything.
Well, but like on that, our
Steampunk
Angus there, I was manipulating you on that one because I knew what you were going to do. So.
Which one?
The steampunk Angus is there.
I like that. That's so cool.
So I put in intentionally. I put these weird lines in there, knowing that he was going to highlight.
Go in there and fuck it up. That's what we do. That's what we do.
But then he'll put stuff in there, knowing that I'm going to add some kind of weird line in there. So, because that's what happened with our Michael Jackson one up there.
Oh yeah.
That's what we call it. Yeah, because he was doing all this stuff, and I was putting all these weird dark lines in there.
Joey Vaughn. Duran 672. Hey Joey, thanks for tuning in. What's 267? I'm so dyslexic today. Not it. Keep guessing.
You're within 500 though. Everybody's gonna get tired. We need a T-shirt that says that you're within 500.
Keep guessing. Keep guessing. We got a giveaway for some decals and one of our art assault prints. Photos, I think, is what she's a. Eclectic eye photography.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah. Very good photographer.
Well, she needs to come to our show sometime then and be on it.
Yeah, she was at the Wichita Festival Arts, the last one, and I know you didn't make that one, but
that's the one they hold out in the park, right?
That one was actually at the Muse.
Yeah, they had it at the park, but the city pulled some shadiness, and instead of giving it to them for free, they tried to charge them $3,000, and
oh my goodness!
So that obviously, I mean,
and that was
William is doing it a free
talking
event.
about us going around painting North side too.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot going on, and
In the
I
city.
don't know exactly what happened, but the city said nope.
Well, the guy
Come
in
on,
charge,
Wichita.
he'll tell you how it is too, and he'll make some people not happy with him, but that's fine.
Well, that's usually the way it goes. If you tell people how it is, and if you're passionate about something, and if you
and
if you spit a little bit when you're screaming and flailing your hands about stuff, they usually don't like it.
I
mean, he's straightforward. You know where he's coming from. I mean, he's not going to lie to you, and he's going to tell you how it is. And then when you don't do the same, when you make all these promises, he's going to be he's the first one knocking on the door yelling.
Yeah.
Well, and then when you're in
a lot of
this
guesses,
field,
all within 500. Sorry.
You're okay. When you're in this field, you have to be able to stand up for yourself. I mean, even at my very first show at Norton's, like I experienced something pretty rough where, people wanted to kind of rush me out the door and decided to put their hands on my artwork. And it was incredibly upsetting because it was, my entire life's work that I had brought to this very first show. And I definitely had to stand my ground. And I'm a little bit like that too. I'm not aggressive anymore. I've worked really hard to work on my delivery, but art is something that we have to it seems like we have to fight for it in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's funny because it brings up a story because I built that the mountain armor I built.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And love the kid to death. A little 10-year-old friend of mine that was from one of the other spaces and stuff that I've known for years. I've seen her grow up. Wanted to help me wheel it out. And I said, no, leave it here because if anything falls off, well, she started helping me. Guess what? My armor fell over. She ran over it. It was already cracked and damaged, but she made it even more. And I was just like, really? I mean, because, and I asked her not to touch it. And, 10-year-old, I get it, but still, I was like, you're lucky because the material, me and a friend built it and overall cost me quite a lot of money. I could have bought a car, okay, by the time we were done. And, but it took us a while to build it. But it was just like, wow, that one's actually won me some of those competitions, which
and I think
I don't care about. I just enter them just to make fun of people is all.
Well, but that people don't understand like how much we really put into this. Like my startup costs for Compass I could have bought 2 cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I've developed that over 10 years. I started this when I was 18. I'm almost 27. So I guess 8 years now. I don't know. But
just alone this here, I would be curious because I know you put more in it because of your equipment than I have. But our time and the artwork we've come up with, the paints and everything, I bet you it's a few $1,000s by the time we're done adding everything up. Plus all this, well, you see everything hanging on our wall. So there's some of hers. Oh man, that is sweet.
That's the print you're.
Yeah, this one's called Soulfire. So the story behind this one is when I went through my spiritual awakening, I had like very physical symptoms, and I had this vision of me like sprouting out of an agave plant. I was completely sober for this, by the way, too. I had like a vision of me sprouting out of this agave plant. And that's what it looks like.
So that's what's in the background there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, it was like a vision of being stuck in the desert. And I'm a person, I'm very symbolic. So.
You can definitely tell. I mean, I went back and looked at some of the stuff you, like I said, the stuff you were doing before, and I was like, yeah, there was definitely a change.
Yeah. Like it's, I wanted so badly for people to buy it, for people to like it, for people to know me. I think I was so obsessed with that. Until we went into lockdown, and I was like, man, I gotta do this art for me because like I need this to like cope.
Yes, I think the more that I do it for me. Now I'll do some stuff out there because I just like this stuff. Like I did a diabolical orange monkey last night.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And but it was also because I was feeling the music. Yeah. But then I did 2 pieces after that. No, the diabolical orange monkey was actually my second piece because the first one was because of Jay. So I did a teddy bear crying, playing a upright bass. So those I went in with an idea on that one.
Yeah.
You've got to when you're doing something like that for
Yeah.
And then my last one, I just started throwing paint at it. It turned out it looked like a heart in the background. And then I had these 2 weird skull things, and like they're puking up green or something. I don't know where this came from. It just came out of the brush.
Yeah. Where'd you set up there? Where's the premium spot to set up paint at?
The premium spot is that little stage in the corner, but they had, because they were doing food and stuff, the stage where the jukebox is.
Yeah, right when you walk in straight ahead.
Yeah. But on that one, I had to, better lighting though is over by the foosball table where the pool table's at. I was right next to the foosball because no one plays foosball. So I set up right there, and they have a skateboard shelf right there. So I was able to put everything up there. So that place wasn't too bad, and the light wasn't as bad as it is over in that other place.
Yeah.
But then not as many people are seeing you do what your craft is. So it's kind of up to you, you know. People had to make an effort to come back and look. I was painting this time, but the other times they can just look over and there I am painting. So it really depends on what the.
I've always wanted to do like how we have this set up right here, this little camera, but like projected onto. Just like a
behind the stage.
If we ever do
if
we ever do a big show ourselves, hey, let's make a goal on that. Maybe we can do it at the Deluxe.
I was thinking Wave.
Or the Wave.
They've got that projector screen already.
And have a DJ playing or something all day or something, and then we're different guest artists come in throughout the day.
And the Wave, it's such a cool dynamic. The way they've developed over the past few years, I don't know. It's my crush venue. Yeah. Wave, if you're watching, let me come paint for you.
Yeah,
my biggest thing was the cost. So I know we can get the Deluxe for nothing, but
like I say,
they got some cool corners in there where we can literally set up and do stuff like that.
Where is the Deluxe at again?
The corner of Market. No, it's not Market. It's not Market. It's not Market. It's not Market.
Candela at the Deluxe is I think where we're officially.
Loft. It's where they do the bluegrass, not the bluegrass, the film festival.
Oh my gosh, what's that? The Scottish Rite Building.
Yeah.
Temple Live. That's
Their annex room is kind of cool too. It's not so bad. And then they got another stage that's smaller upstairs, which would be great because it's a lot shorter stage.
Can you use effective people for me?
Oh yeah. So it's I like that idea because getting a projector to do that would be nothing.
Yeah. Those projectors are.
I mean, I got a projector.
Right. I was going to say I had one.
Or we could even.
I don't know how it
come springtime.
Rent one.
Talk to Nafgatzer and go up on that stage, do an outdoor.
An outdoor one, get a big screen.
Yeah. I've got endless ideas, man. Like I'm
the
so
biggest
excited.
thing is a lot of those they'll do it as long as you pay them something. That's the biggest and that's the hardest thing.
Well,
and I get it.
But it's worth it. I mean, that's why you got to think of something that's going to get it done. And just do that one thing. Because I think a lot of my issue is I put all this energy in all of these kind of like, this could be type of potential, rather than something like if we had a screen that big where we could just, all those people that gather around down there, we could draw in hundreds.
It's just the logistics. And but if you plan far enough out and maybe you get some couple of sponsors or something and somebody buys into what you're doing, and it can happen. Well,
and that's what I'm interested in is I want to start kind of implementing some change with my art, like, bringing in a lot of that more spiritual stuff, but giving people more access to it. Like, I think a lot of people want to watch art, but they also want to make art. They want to participate in it because they can feel it happening. So I think if we could find a way to include people, I mean, because clearly even at these live paints, people want to paint with you. They want to participate. They want to talk about it.
And there's a few that will break that barrier and step across.
Keep guessing, everybody, Jimmy. It's not too.
A lot of people don't, but usually my art friends, almost every one of my art friends will.
Right, but if we had
this is the print clarity is thrown in the donate or the giveaway. Blah, blah, blah. Still can't talk. So keep guessing. 1 to 500. We got probably about another 10 minutes. It's already been an hour almost. You believe that?
Is that the closest one so far?
Probably without going over it.
You made it bigger. I like that.
I like it too. I didn't do it. It did it on its own, but I am very appreciative of it.
Because we're
like, what is going on over here? We can't read this.
2023. Maybe our eyes became.
Yeah, they got better. No, I had.
The font on it used to be like 0.7 or
text,
something, just
Oh,
super
man.
super
Yeah.
small.
I didn't do it. If I did it totally by accident.
Yeah, everybody, make your last ditch guesses because you got
We'll go
6 minutes. So
6 minutes and then we'll call it.
yeah, it looks like that's the one so far. Going a little too fast for me, but I know you're not. That one there.
Is it? Yeah.
So far.
All right, keep guessing, Jimmy. You're the only one left, it looks like.
Jimmy's like, I'll just wait for Kevin to paint something. He'll just give it to me. You're probably right, Jimmy. And Jimmy's quite the artist too. He helped do with part of that one there.
Yeah, Molotov, I think.
The parrot Molotov cocktail thing.
That was a fun one. That was when we finally had Pretty KO on. Y'all had to.
Yeah.
You had to.
Part of us anyway. Was it all of us?
No. I mean, all of you now.
Yeah, all of us now.
But
it's all right.
Yeah, it was Jimmy and me and Esley and you. Yeah.
And I think the one
yours is over here somewhere.
hidden somewhere because
it's right there, isn't it?
You guys are making me want to paint some of my more darker.
We're not dark all the time.
No, it's not dark, but it's like okay, I think I've been so afraid because I don't know, I don't have a brand or anything, and I don't want to, but most of my stuff is like more light and fluffy stuff. Yeah. But lately, man, I've been
the one you're giving away is pretty. It has a personal message for each person.
Yes, it's personal, but man, like,
and to me, it's kind of dark because of my experience.
I've got darkness within me that I need to release.
I got a lot of darkness because almost all mine comes from a dark place.
Really. Yeah. And I don't know. I think that makes a well-rounded artist though, because I don't want to be just fluffy. So maybe, I don't know. Comment if you want to see me do some dark stuff.
Welcome to the dark side.
Welcome to the dark side.
But that's the reason, like this Scooby-Doo wannabe looking thing we did.
Oh God.
What is that? Looks like the Pink Panther got dipped in some dye.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Someone bought it though, so
well,
sort of.
Yeah,
I mean, we did an auction online real quick.
Yeah,
yeah. Because I was like, man, we're just getting too many built up here. We need to get rid of some of this stuff somehow.
But yeah, so just before we have to get off here, I'm gonna plug my class one more time. So every Thursday at 6 p.m. over at 650 North Carriage Parkway for $20. You can come in, and I've got supplies and everything, and I can teach you how to do artwork and to use that artwork as like a meditative base.
Let's see, that's clear over by the Woodlawn in Central?
Yep. So it's in the Psyche and Soul building. Yeah. And you just go up to the front and you ask for Compass Artistry, and every Thursday at 6 I will be there.
That's cool.
To teach you guys how to make
art.
That's
what I was going to ask you. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
So like I said, one last time.
Times and if there was a cost, and that's
prints and decals, 1 to 500. Y'all got a lot of great guesses, but you're not there. This is just a gimmick for the algorithm, but
that's all right.
We gave away a lot of beard products, and
that's not a gimmick.
It's a gimmick. You gotta come up with a gimmick to beat the algorithms and stuff. and the Sonys. And
I thought that's why you invited me.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like, oh, see, I thought I was gonna be TikTok famous too, because I was like, all right, like that looked pretty basic, like white girl. I could pull this off. No, no, it wasn't until I started talking about spiritual stuff that TikTok was like, oh yeah, okay.
It doesn't show the numbers up in the corner like it used to. That's probably a good thing. Oh, there it is. It's down for it's bigger now, so move down. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. We got. Oh, it tells us who's on now. Oh, you all are in trouble. Oh no, that's that's loves. I think it always did that.
How many loves?
Loves and likes and all the stuff. We got a couple from Talking Beards. Like Talking Beards is the
one from your room green. Oh my god! Well, the other one got one.
Yeah, that's the YouTube. I quit doing to the personal page.
Oh.
Well, that's the one I send out to everybody. It's whatever one you're actually filming, I send out to everybody.
Well, it comes on all of them, but
on my Facebook one.
So I actually forgot. I have a birthday show coming up. So for those of you who are into astrology, Mercury goes out of retrograde and things go a little bit more chill on January 18th. My birthday January 19th. So I'm going to put on this wedding dress I bought for $1, and it's like French designer.
Yeah.
And as like a protest against materialism, I'm going to video me destroying this dress. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. So I was gonna talk to some of the pyrotechnics people, see if I can't light it on fire. Fire! Oh my god!
Make sure that if you're in it, they know how to put it out really quick.
Right. Like,
I would not
flame
recommend fire with you in it.
But like we could edit it. I don't know. But so that's
I mean,
what
I can video it, put some fire around it and the other.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of sit
Do a
around and
cartoon.
party a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just nothing but ashes and their head sitting in it. What the hell happened here? Sorry, that's my morbid
I'm
side.
the Phoenix.
The dark side.
Yep, and then the next day.
Yeah, so January 19th or 20th. So the video will be made and posted on Compass Artistry. So if you want to see me maybe possibly burn to death on accident, hit me up.
Just turn it into Evil Knievel on us all of a
Oh
sudden.
man, I said that dark side, it released something.
It released
Yeah.
something. There it was. There it was. All right,
Become
so
the
we're gonna
next
call.
Houdini.
We're
Now, let's
gonna.
look at see where we're at on our piece too. I got it.
There we go. I kind of like that view just because we had it a little lower, and we were getting in the back of our heads.
Yeah.
And Kevin, I mean, he's
I'm
huge.
extra wide. to begin
huge
with.
over here, so he just blocked the whole thing.
But
so
just so you know, I took up some dance classes to start to get back into shape, not necessarily lose weight.
for Lizzie's, Lizzie's is.
Don't remember, I'm going to be a pole dancer. I can't. My
Why
arthritis
not?
too much. My arthritis.
Oh, don't!
I know how to do the ground
I was
stuff.
so excited for you.
I know how to do the ground stuff already.
Oh, that's great.
It's just my shoulders can't hold and do stuff for very long.
So
I'll
I
tell you
think
what.
I like this little camera angle, and I think Bubo and Perseus and Medusa ain't there yet, but she will be. They're coming along nicely. And we
We used to rush it because we did that one in 1 hour, and then we actually switched it up several times. We haven't done
the first year was like we were doing them in an hour.
really
One that's a
with
lot
the
of
eyes.
canvases.
The one with the
Yeah,
eyes.
no joke.
The one with the eyes behind that one.
Yeah.
was the last one we did in an
Yeah.
hour.
And we didn't
And
intend on it.
we actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah. That one's really cool. I think there's like a really fine line between like timing and art and like planning and art. So like with this stuff, if you're not going to plan it, you should be getting it done a little bit quicker. But I think an hour is such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I enjoy the ones we've spaced
That all came
out.
about because during COVID, my anxiety was just out of the roof.
Yeah.
And I couldn't I tried to slow myself down. That's the reason pastels work so great.
Right.
Because I don't worry about erasing or anything. I'm just smearing it. I got to make sure my different colors on different fingers because all of a sudden I have black here and I hit a yellow. I'm like, no. But then I just figure, what the heck? That's what.
Right.
And then I just smear and go. And then 20 minutes later, I'd have something. I was trying to slow down. But in that case,
just call after the show.
So in fact, I think, isn't she the one that we can announce the winner?
Yeah, are you getting ready to leave, Miss Stephanie? You are the wiener.
Stephanie a wiener.
You were the closest with 150.
150. The number was 199. That was the closest without going over. Unless, like I said, I mean, I hope we're seeing all the, because it was one of my personal page, in which a lot of people tuned in from there.
Right.
And they weren't.
Which, I mean, I really wanted them to go to the Room Green page because, that's the page I'm trying to build. I don't really give a crap about my personal page, but the comments weren't coming through.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we would have 20 people. I mean, the tickets thing, I mean, we had a stack.
Somebody
of
actually
tickets.
guessed it on the other one, and we couldn't tell. And somebody who saw it from the other one told us that they guessed it, and so we had to go back.
Yeah. Well, I think
you guys have really developed this really, really nicely. I mean, I don't see it going badly from here on out. You guys have really. It seems like you worked out all the kinks.
Yeah, it is.
Now we got to do is
fun.
find a place to do our third Thursdays again.
Oh man,
I think we got a spot. As long as we just, I think all we got to do is say, "Hey, we're doing it." I mean, it seems like that's pretty.
Which one? There's a bunch of them.
Well, I don't want to call anybody out.
Yeah.
Then make that not an option,
right?
Because they're like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Well, obviously we're live. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. But we've got things brewing. It sounds like
there is some things brewing. Lots of things. Like I said, I went from having really nothing to do to, like I said, I mean, over a week, I've got like, holy shit.
It's too much.
I don't even try to do flyers. I don't even try to do album covers or anything. I keep getting approached, and guess where they go? To him, because that's his deal.
Well, I mean,
if people just want the weird, stupid art, they send it to me.
Everybody, it seems like it's still happening that everybody's becoming an artist and, I mean, doing stuff, they're hobbyists, and it's like, okay, whatever. And I mean, I'm not trying to make a living off of flyers, album covers. I mean, I love doing digital work. I mean, if I could sit and do digital work, I mean, I don't think I'd even paint. I mean, I like painting, but I like digital work too. I love Control Undo, Control Z, Control Copy Paste. I mean, it's such a
I am so much the difference on that. I want to get dirty. I want to get all messy and stuff, and I can do digital art.
Do you ever catch yourself going Control Z like out in real life? I was a graphic designer. That's how I began originally. I went to college for graphic design, and we did all this Adobe Illustrator stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll find myself when I'm painting, I'll just be like, which is the command for like undo. Yeah. Doesn't work.
My son introduced me to that CAD program for engineers and stuff. Yeah. And I did fall in love with it. I developed a screwdriver, but by the time I was done, it looked like something Homer Simpson built. And I was like, because I was doing it on purpose. I was trying to be artistic with it. I really won't let you be so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your better bet for that is going to be
too much analytical thinking going on there, and I was just like, linear and everything. I was like, oh,
yeah, product design.
Surely let me do this, and I had to break some major rules to get it to even do it.
Okay, so what did you got the classes Thursdays?
Yep. So the Sims courses about artistic manifestation, supplies included, every Thursday at 6 p.m., 650 North Carriage Parkway.
Check her page out on Facebook.
Yep, check
Compass
out
Artistry. I'm sure she'll be making posts about it. So.
Oh yeah, got a lot planned for 2023. I've got TikTok. Actually, accidentally deleted the app, so I can't log into it right now. So wait a couple of days. I'll post my next video. But so we're out at Psyche and Soul. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff coming out January and February. So just stay tuned and like and follow Compass Artistry.
Then this Friday the 13th. We'll probably both be there.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drag her out.
Yeah, I got to see them play. That was their second show.
I have yet. Remember,
they've really revamped their sound with this new singer. So
I haven't had a chance to hang with Diabolical Orange Monkey. We tried to get them on. So with Joey, I think who we're talking to. So
it's just that
I'll hobnob and
they're out of like Salina and Junction City and here. So
we can go remote. Yeah, we can go remote. There was 3 of us in studio, so 2 of them had the remotes, and I had the one that was plugged in here. So I was kind of stuck over here last night. I'm like, oh god! And then I think I said Alex is coming back.
Now you see why I don't do the music thing though.
Well, we're gonna still talk it because it was so much fun. I mean, sharing stories and we went off on tangents. It was cool. Completely. There's no fear.
I watched a little bit of it.
This one, I try to keep it. Not talking weird stuff and stuff that could possibly end us up in jail or on some kind of FBI watch list. But that one we really didn't.
Oh.
We had Bryce and Vinny, and they got onto some MK Ultra stuff for a little bit.
Oh no. See, I tried to keep it real tame because I thought I was gonna dive off into a rabbit hole, but I'm glad thanks for setting the bar low, everybody.
I don't want to solicit, but censor people,
Right.
I want it to be weird, where we can be weird and our happy little weird selves, and share it with the world.
Yeah, that's what art is for. There are no rules.
Yes. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna hop off here. Stephanie won the prints and the decals. I'll have to get the prints tomorrow, and I'll get you. I'm gonna bring.
Easy enough. I need to get out to our new store.
Yeah, I've been up there a few times, but I'm gonna bring some of our.
Go yet.
I'm so excited to see the new.
I spent a lot of time here, actually. Yeah, in fact, I'll probably stop by here on the way home.
I'm gonna bring Orko. I'm gonna take Orko up there, and probably these 2.
She mentioned because my Frankenstein monster one's up there, and then she mentioned about some more paintings. So,
have you been up there yet?
No, not to the new store.
Yeah, no. Not too far from you.
A lot bigger area and everything. And she wants to start doing some kind of classes where people like you and I.
Yeah, she's wanting us to come do, a remote there, but we're just not mobile right now for this. I don't know.
It almost have to be an upgrade.
Thanks for tuning in,
not
Red
an upgrade,
Beard.
but different equipment or something.
Have a good night.
Because the cool thing is they do have internet there, so or they used to have Wi-Fi, and the other one I thought.
Well, I'm sure Wi-Fi, but I mean, this doesn't run very well off
Oh
Wi-Fi.
yeah, I see.
The actual, you know, I mean, if we
had to be one of our pre-recorded things we do or something like we used to try on the third Thursday thing or whatever.
Yeah, that means I got to do a whole lot of work to make that happen, Kevin. I'm trying to do as little, not as little work. It's not as little work, but I'm trying to work smart. I'm not trying to spend days editing footage.
I just put
Josh,
it out there.
You could always ask for help.
I ask for help a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know, but there's not very many people that do video editing, and if they, you know, I mean,
I got all these cameras and they do video, and I hate them because I don't like doing video.
Yeah.
I'll video edit my photos, but I don't like video editing. Takes interwebs. Yeah, because even though it takes me the same amount of time to do all my pictures as it would for me to do one video, I just for some reason. Maybe one of these days I just need to get in there, finish something, and see what happens.
Well, like I said, the little snippets I do for the show and pre stuff. I mean, that's all on my phone and CapEt, app on my phone. Yeah, and it's stupid easy. And a lot of times I'm sending stuff back and forth, footage from my the computer to the phone, and I'm like, because I mean I need a plug in, I need all this to do it on here, and I can just do it on here, a couple clicks, then send it back, throw it in there, and none the wiser.
That is true because I send stuff to myself.
So I try to work smart.
The world we live in.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get off here. So Thursdays, check her out. Friday, come find us somewhere. Barcode. You said you may show up, right?
I'll be at Barcode. Yep.
Right now, I have nothing planned, but
find us all at Barcode. He said he was coming as a.
I wasn't even supposed to. I'm not going to do Campus Welding. The costumes actually at the. the main costumes actually at the dry cleaners right now. It gets. You got to dry clean it, so it only gets done maybe once or twice a year. So
I like the Mitch Hedgeberg joke.
And I'm not going to wear the Santa
this shirt
stuff.
Is dry clean only. That means it's dirty.
It's kind of like my Santa costumes. They're hung up. I Febreze the hell out of them because they're dry clean too. So, but I won't do them until I'm closer to doing Santa stuff. Right now, I just do whatever I can to keep any kind of bugs and nasty critters out of it.
All right, one last look at Bubo. And then we're going to get off here. Y'all have a good night, good week, and all of that jazz. What does Ron Burgundy say?
I have no idea.
Signing off.
Signing
off. Is that what he said?
No. It's just the Anchorman thing.
Last night, and I go,